Hello, creative people. It's Amy from Amy Parker Art and founder of Creative Warriors. So I was just laying on the couch relaxing, right? I'm not scared. Come on here with no makeup. I am who I am, right? Well, I was having a conversation recently with a couple of different people, couple of little people I mentor, and both of them were asking me one of the same questions, actually. Or I guess they were asking me questions, but they were kind of giving me their thoughts and feelings about being online as an artist. So this is kind of like an impromptu here and hanging out with you guys. If you're on YouTube, you guys know what to do. If you're on Facebook, they have a new feature. So go ahead and touch my face, touch the video. You see a bell pop up. You go ahead and click that. And that way you can get my notifications when I'm live so that you do not miss a thing if you want me to help you with your art business, that is. Or if you want to paint with me on Tuesday nights, because you guys know I do that every Tuesday night on my Facebook business page. So catch me there if you want to paint along with me. So hello, everyone. If you cannot actually say anything here, posting a comment, it could be if you're watching me in a group, you might not be able to, or if you have not allowed StreamYard, because I'm using StreamYard, to show your comments, then that's why. So you just have to allow that, and then we're good to go. So you guys can ask me anything you want. This is just like an impromptu here, jumping on. But you know me, I'm always telling you guys, keep track of stuff. Right? I'm not perfect at keeping track of everything, but you know what? I do write stuff down a lot, um, brainstorming all the time. So we need to actually put those thoughts somewhere in your Google Docs or in your planners or wherever you want, okay? So that we don't lose that train of thought. And so we have things that we can work on for our businesses. So, like I said, I was just laying on the couch relaxing. Tim made me an awesome meal and I ate a ton. And, whatever, I have an excuse. It's winter time. Um, but I'm thinking, I just want to hop on and say hello to you guys and give you a couple of tips, okay? Give you a couple of tips about your creative business. Now, you know me, I have successfully paid my mortgage and bills every single month with my paintings alone online, right? I did that organically. And I never even ran an ad until like a couple of months ago. So, can it be done? Yes, it can be done. And that's hence the whole reason why I created Creative Warriors for you guys. Also, thank you for the heart. Mwah. Love you too. So, anyway, that's available for you. If you want to hop on the waiting list, let me know and I'll give that to you. Because I'm not technically opening that up until May to the public, but I do have a few founding members in there right now. Well, a little more than a few, but anyway, I just wanted to go through a couple of things and see if I can help you guys out. Maybe these things are stuff that you haven't thought of before. Maybe you have, I don't know, but I'm just all about helping you with your art businesses. And I'm very passionate about what I've done creatively with my work. I am an acrylic painter. If you paint in acrylics, that's great. That's my specialty. If you do portrait drawings of people and animals and charcoals, that's another specialty of mine. But now, I've started pivoting my business because I did create Creative Warriors for you, which is my membership program that I have for you guys. So I'm kind of pivoting a bit so that I can put my time and energy into helping you out. But hey, I'm still painting and putting that in my collectors group here and there. But I wanted to go over like a few things and give you, some ideas and some little brainstorm things to think about. And considering it's still pretty early in the year, it's a good time to start thinking about this stuff, right? So I want to talk to you about business mindset. All right, first of all, maybe you are an excellent painter. maybe you are very good at your craft and you're like, I got this. I know how to paint. I can do this well. Look, I'm not going to toot my own horn and say that I'm awesome. All right. I mean, my collectors tell me that, which is great. But do I think that I'm the best artist in the world? No, I don't think that I'm the best artist in the world. Do I think that I'm good? Yeah, I think that I'm good. I mean, I've been painting for years and years. So if you feel that, even if you are not excellent, if you just feel like you are good, and if you get a lot of comments on your work, that's great. I mean, if you're not out there selling your pieces, there's no reason why you shouldn't be, if that is a passion of yours, okay? Because you need to have passion, first of all. Uh, but I want to talk to you about mindset, right? Because being an artist, right, and thinking, hey, this is fun and I can paint and I can create and this looks good. Maybe sold a few commissions. You probably give stuff away for free, right? Like I used to do too, for like gifts. And I mean, I'm not saying I'm never going to give my family members another creative gift because, hey, that's not true. I definitely will because those are really nice and personable. But you might have, basically what I'm trying to say is you might have that down, right? You got your creative thing down. If you don't, then, I do have tutorials and stuff in Creative Warriors, and we do paint every Tuesday night where I do instructional painting. But, that's all a matter of just practicing and working and working on your skill and trying to get, creatively where you want to be. But what I've found is most artists, they're not really, and I'm not saying this is everybody, but most artists don't know how to gain collectors, right? I mean, I struggled for years trying to figure out how to do that. I paid a lot of money. I took courses. I did a lot of research. I put myself out there, and I found a way to make it happen faster than I thought that I would. So that's another reason why I created Creative Warriors for you, because that's what I love to do. That's what I want to teach you and show you, and get some collectors for you so that you can have a little side hustle or full-time business like me, whatever it is that your little heart desires. So, Sarah says, I love all your gifts. That's my sister. One of my sisters. My entire home decor is your artwork. Oh, thank you. And Sarah, who says that she can't even draw a stick figure, which, here I am getting off on a little squirrel moment, but this is a fun story. She says she can't draw a stick figure, but when I did it, what I used to do, in person, like paint nights and stuff, she came to one of those and she did a great job. So good job, Sarah. Although in high school, she had me do some artwork for her for art class, and they came out great, right? Really nice drawings. And I know she's probably at home watching me laughing because she knows that this is a funny story. But she had to do like a self-portrait, right? So I'm like, sit down, I'm going to draw you. And so I did a self-portrait of her, and then I don't know, a few other things that she had to do. And then she came home from school the next day, like, oh man, she's like, oh, you're no good. I got a really bad grade. I mean, this was when we were kids, right? So I can't remember. I don't know if it was an F or a D, but it was pretty bad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? And she's like, yeah, apparently my art teacher really remembers you and knows who you are. And she's like, this is not your work. So you guys don't do that. Um, anyway, unless you are like my sister Sarah, who is just like begging and pleading her older sister to help her out with art class. But anyway, paint the love for me, you guys. You know what that means, right? Paint the love. So especially if you know someone who is a creative person that wants to have their own art business, send them here. That's what I'm all about, helping. So anyway, like I said, my little moments, right? I get off on kind of tangents here, but this is just me. I'm down to earth, just laid back, real kind of person here. What I'm trying to say is what I found is most artists do not know how to sell their work. They don't know how to gain collectors. They don't know how to market themselves. They don't think business minded like that. We're busy. We're busy creating and making beautiful pieces of art, right? Georgia says, I just started offering prints of my paintings. Tough finding clients. Yes, it is. It is tough. Like we do have to have that willingness. If you do, right? If you're the type of person that's like, oh, I'm gonna try this for a little while. Oh, nothing's happening. I'm all done. I want to help the person that has been struggling and that really has a passion and really wants to do this, right? So curious, Georgia, where you're getting your prints done, because I do know that that is kind of a tricky thing for most artists and pretty pricey usually for good prints, especially like Glee clays or something like that. I hope you guys can see and hear me okay. This is only the second time I'm using StreamYard here, so I just want to make sure that you can see and hear me all right. Although I didn't put any makeup on, I just got off the couch, so you might not want to see me too close. But anyway, so yes, Georgia, good for you, honey. That is great. That is great. I tried the print thing before and did okay for a little while, but I I mostly do quick paintings on like a 16 by 20. Well, this one I think is an 18 by 24, but these other ones, my camera's backwards. I don't know where I'm pointing, but usually I do 16 by 20s, like quick acrylic paintings, and I just whip those out for years. So that's my specialty. But anything that you guys do creative, like even crafters, I have some crafters in Creative Warriors. That's totally fine because I'm giving you guys my tips, tricks, all of the skills that I've learned throughout the years and putting that into the membership for you. Black Art Supplies has the best quality and prices. My motto is artists helping artists. Oh, okay. Too attached to my originals. Yeah. Oh, yes. And I have a video all about that inside Creative Warriors because I know what you're saying, Georgia. It is difficult, right? When we spend a lot of time and energy and put our heart and soul into our paintings because we kind of need to do that to create a piece, right? But I do have some tips on how to be able to let your pieces go. So that is definitely in there. But yes, good for you, Georgia. So I could tell that you're the kind of person that's, you're pushing forward, right? Gotta keep doing that. So I don't want any people in there that are like kind of, I don't know, maybe I should do this, maybe I shouldn't. If you are an artist that really knows that, hey, I want to make a side hustle with this, or I want to make a living like Amy did, then great. Then let me know and I'll get you on the waiting list for that. Okay, so anyway, mindset, right? I want to tell you guys a little story. I actually wrote a blog post about this. I might actually go back to I didn't post it yet on my website, on my blog, but I might I might just kind of go back to that so that I can make sure that I mean, I have the story straight in my mind, but it was like a long time ago. So I just want to, I'm probably just going to kind of go by this too to make sure that I get everything that I wanted to tell you in there. So let me tell this little story and then, yeah, see if it's something that you can connect with. So I if you guys have heard my personal story about how I came to sell my artwork on a regular basis, you'll know that I've been an entrepreneur my whole life as well as creative. And one time, well, I've had numerous businesses, but a lot of failures, right? Failures, that's good because that will equal a learning point for you and kind of catapult you into the right direction if you use it as a learning tool. So failure is good, okay? But I did have a hair salon because years ago I got my hairdressing license when I was a kid. And, I heard numerous times, well, you got to get something under your belt. You can't be a starving artist, right? I mean, we've all heard that before. So I'm like, okay, well, I better do something else. So I got my hairdressing license, opened a hair salon. I did hair for numerous years, and eventually I opened my own salon. And I had a big overhead, employees, all that kind of stuff. But one of my first hairdressing jobs, I did write a blog post about that I'm probably going to post sometime this week on my website. But I want to tell you this story because even though it's a story about me working at a hair salon when I was a kid, I was, geez, probably like 19 or 20. I want to tell you the story because it actually does connect to, well, for me, my art business. And if you're an artist, I'm sure that it would connect with you as well. It's just really trying to switch our brains, right? Because we're so busy being creative, into kind of thinking in a different way and having a business mindset. So this story is like one of the first times that I ever realized how to do this. So I'm not going to be able to see you for a second. I'm just going to switch over to my doc so I can read you the story and then I'll come back and see what you think, right? Okay, let me get to my docs. All right, so here's a true story on how I discovered business mindset. I've applied this concept in numerous endeavors throughout my life, but most importantly, to my art business is how I gained unlimited collectors online to support myself and my family by doing what I love to do, creating art, right? So if you are an artist, you know that is a passion, that is something that you love to do. All right, you guys. So when I already told you, so when I was a young adult, one of my first hairdressing jobs was at this salon called Mr. Scissors. And my boss, her name was Jackie. She was really sweet. I really liked her a lot. She wanted to expand awareness um, that her salon offered an array of services, uh, of course, to gain revenue for her salon. Besides the obvious haircuts, Jackie delegated out specific services for each of her cosmetologists to be in charge of building awareness for. And mine was eyebrows. So after a couple of weeks, I was getting bummed out. I felt like I was failing her in myself because I had no eyebrow services on the books. Plus, I was a bit jealous because I saw my colleagues getting special perks from Jackie. One girl got a gift certificate to her favorite restaurant for getting the most nail clients. Another one literally got a day trip to some relaxing place with a jacuzzi because she had a full book of perms. On the ride home from work one night, I was wondering, how can I fix my underdog problem? I came to the conclusion I needed to have a chat with Jackie and ask for some help. So the next morning I got up early and I drove to the salon. I sat in the parking lot, and when Jackie pulled in, I got out of my car and said, "Hey, I know you're busy, but can I talk to you about my eyebrow problem?" So she laughed a bit and said, "Sure, I'll get the shop ready. You make the coffee, and we'll sit down before the shop opens, and we'll have a little chat." So that's what we did. So we did our thing and sat down with our coffees, and she asked, "So, what seems to be the problem, Amy?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. I literally ask every customer if they want a wax." And she says to me, "Well, what else do you say?" And I said, "Well, that's it. That's what I say." She replied with, "Well, that's your problem." I looked at her with a confused face and she smiled and said, "Don't worry. I'm going to brainstorm with you right now some scenarios and things that you can say." So within 20 minutes, Jackie gave me, literally, you guys, a valuable lesson, a valuable life lesson in business mindset. She taught me how to view myself from a customer's standpoint and how to present what I have to offer in a way that makes sense to them and fits their needs. So that very day, I serviced 3 clients with an eyebrow wax. And I started pre-booking more. And I found myself saying things like, "You have beautiful eyebrows. I can even shape them a bit for you if you would like." And that worked like a charm, as well as other things that I would say. So after 2 weeks, get this, you guys, get this. After 2 weeks, I had the most bookings in the salon. I was the top dog. And Jackie came up to me and said, "Amazing job, Amy. Way to apply what I taught you." And then she said, "Would you like a gift certificate, a jacuzzi day, or what is most important to you for a reward?" And, so I explained to her, and you guys know if you follow me, right? I know I'm an older woman, but I still rock it out. I sing in a rock band. And I have sang in a rock band since I was a little kid. So anyway, back to the story. So I explained to her that my band had an opportunity to play a gig, but it was on a weekend that I had to work. So she rewarded me with 3 days off so that I could go sing with my band. And I remember being so excited that day. I got my hair done in the shop before I left. And when I looked at Jackie, and I was getting ready to go out the door, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm curious. Why did you name the salon Mr. Scissors?" And she said, "How many hair salons do you see around town that have an even mix of males and females?" And then so I laughed and I had something else to think about on the ride to my gig. Okay. So, um, I kind of think about the story for a second, right? So my key points of the story here is, um, when for a business mindset, right? It's important to get help with someone from experience, know what you want to happen, ask for help, be in an environment where others are working towards the same goals, know what motivates you, and most importantly, know what motivates your people, your potential customers, your potential um, collectors, people that love your work. Okay. So I love that story. And I was remembering that, a couple weeks ago is why I decided to write a blog post on it. And I hope that helps you a little bit too. It's just a little tidbit, but it does have some really good, it's a nice story and it has some really good points on how to start thinking like that. Right. Um, So if you guys have questions, go ahead and ask me. I'm probably not going to be on here too long, but I just wanted to come on and say hi and, give you that story and give you a couple other like little pointers and things that I was thinking of. So I think business mindset is very, very important for artists because, I'm like I said, once again, I'm not saying that all artists do not have a business mindset because that's not true. But a lot of artists, a lot of creative people, we are so involved in thinking about creating all the time. And we haven't really developed that business mindset. So, hence the reason why I have creative warriors for you. Okay. I'm totally about that. I love to brainstorm. I love to, oh, Suzanne, thank you. She says, great story. So if you know someone that needs to hear this, let them know and bring them on in here. But so that's number one, right? You got to have business mindset. Um, Another thing for a creative business, where you know that even if I know some of you already are creative warriors. Like I said, I've got a few founding members in there, and uh, you know, the information that I have inside the membership for you and the stuff that I tell you guys here on lives, right? You can apply it to different businesses. You can, but I try to narrow down to the creative business as much as possible because that is my specialty. That's what I like to do. Um, but being online, that's another thing that I wanted to talk to you about. Being online, so that's number two. Business mindset, number one. Number two, being online. Are you nervous to be online? Are you afraid to be online? At the beginning of this video, of course, you guys know I have those moments, right? Well, I was trying to explain to you that I was talking to a couple of other artists this past week, and one was saying how she would really like to, and these are good artists, they're great, and she really would like to build her business online, but she's like, well, I just don't know how to do it. I don't know. I would be doing it if I knew how. I get it. I totally know that feeling, right? And the other one that I was talking to, and they're both so sweet. They're awesome. You know who you are if you pop on. And the other one was saying, I really do want my own business, but I'm just really, I don't really know how to use the online stuff. It's kind of confusing to me. Um, I'm not techie at all. And I'm like, hello, do you know who you're talking to? I am from the old school where I took typing class, not computer class, typing class, right? But let me tell you, I have gained all the skills that I've needed to build an art business online right here in my home studio that I needed. And where do you think I put all that information, right? Ever since I started selling full-time online, August 1st, 2018, I have recorded everything that I did. I have written down everything that I did. I have put it into my Google Docs. And then guess what I did with all that stuff? I put it into Creative Warriors, and I just got done creating the membership. I mean, hey, you guys, took me months to put this together for you. And for those of you that are in there, I'm loving the feedback. I'm glad that you love it so much. Like I said, it's not opening to the public until May, but if you want to get on the wait list, I do have a wait list for you. So you just let me know about that. But I'm all about teaching and helping the non-techie person how to do that. So I can help you definitely with business mindset. I can help you with that techie stuff. We talk about how to take pictures and what to say in postings and how to do this and how to do that. It's not too crazy, right? I mean, nowadays I know how to design my own website. I built this entire membership on my website for you, plus put it into a Facebook group so you guys get a perk of that too. But um, do you need to even have a website to start selling your paintings? No. Do you need to know how to design a website? No. Do you need to have a ton of techie skills to actually start gaining some collectors and getting your work out there and making some extra a little side hustle? What no, you do not need a lot of techie skills. You don't. But that's one of my specialties, showing you guys how to do that stuff inside of the membership. Okay. Um Now, number three, so you do need to have a willingness to understand some of it. And I don't like throw it all at you and be like, okay, there you go. Like I'll literally walk you through. And no question is a dumb question. Okay. Look, I'm in business groups myself, right? Because this is very important to me and I want to help you. And I'm always growing. I think that we all need to always be growing. So, what are your dreams and goals? Are they to have an online art business? If they are, then hey, you're in the right place. If it's not, then you can still hang out. That's fine. But that's what I'm doing here. I'm helping you out with that. But number three, which I kind of mentioned already, is you got to have a willingness to try, right? So I I don't mind if you say, Amy, I'm struggling. Amy, oh, I'm stuck. Amy, this, Amy, that. That's fine. But I don't want a whole bunch of complainers in there. If you're the kind of person that's just like, oh my God, nothing's never going to work. Oh my God, there's no way I can do this. Like, this is too hard. Like, I'm just like, if you have that kind of attitude, then you might want to rethink getting into the membership that I set up for you, because I'm all about helping you, but you need to have that passion to want to run your own art business. You need to have that passion to want to make it work, to want to build up collectors, to want to do this, to want to connect with your peers, because you're going to have peers in that group I set up for you, right? Because the membership's on the website. Plus, you also have all the same information in the group, and you only get access to that when you're a member. But that way, you can connect with your peers. So, I don't need mean people in there, and I don't need like downers in there, right? It's okay to have a bad day. I mean, look at me. I don't even have any makeup on. I just got off the couch, like to just get up here and talk to you guys for a little while. So, I mean, I'm pretty easygoing, but you need to have some sort of willingness, okay? You don't have to be Mr. Tony Robbins, even though I love him, but you don't have to be like crazy like that, like, oh yes, this is it. But you need to just want to do it. Um, so let's rewind here a little bit. If you're just popping on and you missed the beginning, I'm going to keep the recording on here. You can go back and check it out. I talked a little bit about business mindset. I gave you a cute little story, and how that story helped me with my art business later on in the future. Okay. So I gave you that story. We talked about being online. And if you want to sell from the comfort of your own home, look, you guys, I have not so much nowadays because of, the whole situation, but I still do on Thursdays, I will do pickups right here from the salon, right? So I have a handful of collectors that live close by. I'd say, like 20 collectors, and then the rest of them are all online. So I ship all over the country and to Canada also. So I ship from home, for the most part. But you could do both, like me, or either or. Doesn't matter what it's your business, whatever you want to do. I'm just here to walk you through, help you along the way, give you all the little tidbits that has worked for me. And, you know, I know what it feels like to not have any help. I know what it feels like to just wonder, like, how am I going to do this? Like, I know it's my passion and it's what I'm put here to do, because I create. And if you're saying this to yourself, like, I know I'm a good painter. I know I can create, awesome pieces of art, or even if they're just good. You don't have to be the best artist in the world. Like I said, you don't have to be. You just have to have passion for it, and you you know, have to be good at it, somewhat good at it. You have to, if people are telling you, "Oh my God, that's so cool. I wish I could do that," then you got it. Then you know what I'm talking about. So business mindset, being online is, you know, definitely nowadays where it's at, right? So one of the women that I was talking to earlier this week, actually just yesterday, and she was saying, like, look, it's really kind of a pain. Like, I really don't want to be online. I don't really understand it, but I kind of know it's like the way of the world now. And she's right. I'm like, you're right. Exactly. Like, you could still have a brick and mortar if you want to, but for me, I'm done with that for right now. Um, Suzanne is one of my collectors. She says, show people the painting of Remy. People want one of their animals. Oh, that's so sweet. And I'm not really taking a lot of commissions right now because I'm just backed up, especially with my coaching and all that I have going on for artists. But Suzanne, thank you for sharing that with me. That makes me feel good. And your dog Remy is just so adorable, and I loved painting that for you guys. I know it was a surprise from your hubby wubby, and then he messages me, like, because I can't remember, was it supposed to be for your birthday or Christmas or something like that? And he messaged me and said, "Oops, I had to give it to her. I couldn't help it." So, uh, anyway, that was a nice story. I get all kinds of nice stories in from my collectors that, um, I could tell you guys, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I just want to let you know that it can be possible. So if you're a struggling artist, you're someone out there that is just not really sure how to do the business end of things and you want to work from home, even if you're struggling with tech and you're from the old school like me, typing class, not really sure how to do tech, well, I give you all that information. We walk through it step by step. Suzanne says, yes, it was. He can't help himself. Oh, that's so cool. That sounds like me. I'm like that. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta give you guys your presents now. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Suzanne. Um, let's see. Let me see if I have anything else on my little list because I could go all night, but I've got a bunch of these notebooks, you guys. And you should be writing stuff down and make sure that, especially if you have questions for me, you can inbox me, whatever, write it down, ask me, and let me know. Not going to be on here too much longer. Just heads up. Ooh, ooh. I know we're not painting tonight right now. I was just kind of babbling along and telling you a little story about business mindset and talking about the new membership that I have opening up in May. And if you want to get on that, and have some help with your art business, you most certainly can. I would love to have you. So yeah, that's kind of it. Let me see. Just reading to see if I forgot anything. No, I think we're good. I mean, like I said, I could go on and on, but that's all I have on my bullet points for this show anyway. So, a couple of announcements. Well, actually, no, I already told you about paint night. So if you don't know about paint night, I do paint night step by step every Tuesday night for nothing, right on my Facebook business page, Amy Parker Art. That's 7 p.m. EST. If you want to join that, go for it. We paint in acrylics, and you can most certainly paint on canvas. I usually just paint on multimedia paper, but either way, I'll walk you through and we paint something really cool. So that's that announcement. If you are an artist or a crafter and you would like to do the Hello Spring online arts and craft show that my business, Amy Parker Art, is hosting, you most certainly can do that. If you would like to be a vendor, let me know. It's only $10 for that, and I will put you in. That is going to be March 24th through the 27th. So you would have an opportunity to get some eyes on your work there. And if you are not, if you love just looking at creativity, but you are not creative, because my collectors, right? Two types of people here. I'm talking to you creative people that are always like, Amy, help me. What do I do with this? How do I do that? Then I have my collectors that are like, Amy, I don't care about any of that stuff because I'm not going to paint or draw. I just want to check out your artwork. So I know I got two types of people here. That's totally fine. So if you are one of my collectors and you did not know that I'm hosting the online arts and crafts show called Hello Spring, nothing for you. You guys can jump in there. I have the group ready. I've got 50 people in there sitting, waiting patiently for the show to begin. So if you want to get in there, let me know. I'll make that happen for you too. So yeah, so paint night, craft show, and of course, Creative Warriors waiting list. I also do have some complimentary things for you guys, for you artists, for you creative people. If you would like and you have not gotten yet, let me see, I have a mini course that I can give you, and I have an online art show checklist that's a little goodie complimentary from me to you. If you want that. That's basically kind of like live sales, things like that. Even if you haven't done one, it's still good to have that checklist, and there's bonuses in there too. Do you guys see my cat? He's sitting right over here now. Kirby, how you doing? We actually had a mouse in the house the other day, and he caught it, and I told him, get some traps immediately. But Kirby was, it looks like he's going to jump on me. What the heck was I saying, you guys? Oh my gosh. So announcements. So okay, last announcement was no, my goodies I have for you. Okay, so I have the there he is. Look, look at say hi to everybody. He's 15. He's 15 and he killed a mouse and he was flinging it around the living room, chucking it everywhere, having fun, like he was on catnip or something. Show me pretty face. Show me pretty face. Look at, look at. Oh no, look, he's giving me love bites. Please don't scratch me on camera. That would be embarrassing. I'm telling people that you're nice, but anyway. Oh my gosh. I do have another goodie for you. What is it? Business tools for artists. Okay. That's a workbook. So I have a checklist for you. I have a mini series for you, which is videos. Oh, thanks, Susan. Yeah, he is. Look at him. He really is a really pretty cat. I can't believe he's 15. I don't think I've had a cat this old before. Have you guys? But in his fur, literally feels like cotton balls. I remember when he was just a little kitten and I got him and my kids just loved it so much because I'm like, doesn't he feel like cotton balls? Like, yeah. But oh, he's shedding just like the dog. The dog's shedding like crazy too. But he might actually shut off my video because he's looks like he's trying to press the buttons here. But thank you guys. And if you want to get on the wait list for Creative Warriors, let me know with that too. Okay, so I'm going to peace out here. I hope you all have a wonderful night. I hope I helped you out a little bit. If you're just popping on and you missed it, you go back and check it out. I will leave it here on the page and on YouTube if you're watching from there. So I hope you all have a wonderful night. I'll catch you soon.